Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to explain you how to do air tricks inside the cable park. Let's go! Air tricks inside the cable park basically work with the same technique like doing them to the outside. However, the cut is a bit different. You can perform your first air trick inside the cable park. However, it might be a bit easier to perform them to the outside first, because it's a bit easier to build up tension and speed to the outside of a cable park. You can do them at a cable park spinning clockwise or counterclockwise. For example, if you're right foot forward, performing your first air trick at a counterclockwise cable park to the outside, and if you're regular, which means left foot forward, performing them to the outside of a clockwise cable park might be the easiest option for you. But if you're riding at the counterclockwise cable park, you can also just start off right away with your first air trick to the inside of a cable park. So let's see how they work. Before attempting your first air trick inside the cable park, you should be able to have basic board control. So it's the same like performing your first air trick to the outside of the cable park. Before attempting your first air trick in general, you should have at least somewhat of a level of a board control. Basic spins on the water, on features of the kicker, like 180s, 360s, maybe your first flips off the kicker. And also having edge control, like knowing how to edge on your heels, how to edge on your toes, how to build up tension and not just speed. Basically, the more board control you have, the easier your first air trick will be. The best position to perform an air trick inside the cable park is either in front or right after the motor tower, because there's the most tension and the most upwards pull, and usually you also have the most space. For example, if the straight in front of the motor tower is too short and after performing the air trick you cannot make the corner, you should perform it after the motor tower. Usually there's enough space, but watch out, sometimes kickers are placed quite close, so watch out, don't hit any features. The cut. Whereas the cut for an air trick to the outside looks like an S, the cut for an air trick to the inside more looks like a C, because you're performing a wide cut around the corner to the inside of the cable park. When performing an air trick to the inside of the cable park, take a wider corner than you would usually do. After the carrier went through the corner, start edging to the inside of the cable. Lean against the cable to build up tension. Keep the handle close to your hips. Elbows bend around 90 degrees. After building up enough tension, release by digging your front foot down and backwards into the water. Different air tricks require different cuts. For a rally to the inside, use a progressive cut to the inside, having your weight distributed equally on both feet during the cut and right before the release. For a back roll or a back mope to the inside, use a shorter and more aggressive cut. Also, have slightly more weight on your back leg during the release than you would do for your rally. For a front flip, use a similar progressive cut like you would do for a rally, but having slightly more weight on your rear foot. Having slightly more weight on the rear foot makes flipping more easily. The tip comes more over the tail. If you want to land blind, use a slightly longer cut to create more speed and having more slack in the rope and less tension to land to blind more comfortably. So you see, the technique for doing air tricks inside the cable park is the same as doing them to the outside of the cable park. However, the cut is a bit different. Possible mistakes. Performing a cut which is too short. Usually you need to cut a bit longer if you want to perform an air trick to the inside of the cable park, because you first do the corner and then start the cut. Also, if you're taking the corner not wide enough, so you're not doing a nice C cut, this can also cause some troubles. So really focus on taking a wide cut around the corner and then starting to edge to the inside of the cable park. Also, waiting too long after the corner until you start to edge to the inside. The closer you edge and release to the tower, the more tension you have. So focus on taking a wide corner and immediately edging to the inside of the cable park to have a nice upwards pop and to be close to the tower. I hope this video helps you to stick your first air trick inside the cable park. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and drop a comment below if you have any questions or also what trick you want to see in my next tutorial. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any new videos. Thanks and enjoy the process.